It's UT Nighttime with Mason Lowry. On tonight's show, Toledo City Council candidate Terry Biel. And now, the man that's failing his classes to be here, Mason Lowry.
Thank you. Thank you. That clapping just ended so quickly. It's very awkward. Last show. It's the last show of the season, everybody. That's I'm kind of depressed. I know Nick here is depressed. He's been to every show.
I'm bummed out.
He's bummed out. You hear that? He says he loves the show.
It's wonderful.
It is. I agree. Rick, how you feeling about the show this week?
Well, I was feeling pretty good till you walked out with that mask on. It reminded me why Jimmy's not here. Made me feel in.
Yeah, I should say, and I want to start with this. I'm going to start on kind of a somber note. Our usual announcer, Jim Momini, is not here. He's at home in bed feeling really sick, really ill, which is why I'm wearing this mask. I don't want to catch anything. I think that'd be bad. So everybody join me in wishing Jim to get better real soon. I think, clap for Jim. Clap for Jim. Very good. You know, there's this whole swine flu thing going on, Rick. You heard about that?
I did. I think we're safe right now. You can take your mask off so people can see you enunciate, too.
Nobody wants to hear me speak. Trust me. We've learned that over the last 11 weeks. All right, fine. We'll lose the mask. Is that better? You like that? All right. Now, in light of all of this swine flu stuff, they've had to change. I'm sure there's some sort of Senate subcommittee to discuss children's nursery rhymes. I know there is.
I think it was part of Obama's stimulus package.
I think you're right.
Well, I think that was part of Obama's stimulus package, and also the Detroit bailout. That was Matthew Stafford's signing.
I think you're right. But there is now a Senate subcommittee to discuss children's nursery rhymes. And they've had to alter one of my favorites as a kid. So now it's this little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed home, this little piggy had roast beef, this little piggy creates a deadly pandemic causing a panic all over the globe. Let's try this again. Panic all over the globe. That did not have did not have the desired effect at all.
Nope.
Actually, the scientists are saying that this flu migrated north to the U.S. from Mexico, just like the rest of the country.
Watch it, buddy.
A new computer game came out this week. You heard about this? Called Swine Fighter.
I have not. No, I have not heard about it.
You've not heard about it? Well, now you have. It's called Swine Fighter. You battle the effects of swine flu. It's becoming very popular. An alternate title for the game, Grand Theft Auto Bay of Pigs.
It's on back order. I'm getting it.
Yeah. That's really affecting things in Mexico right now. This weekend, in fact, over 150 professional soccer games in Mexico will be played without any fans in the stands. So basically, I didn't do it yet. Basically, it's just like soccer here. Nobody watching.
Except for Toledo girls soccer, who was really good.
Oh, they were great.
They're great.
They had a great year.
People watch them. I think they have more of a following here in just Toledo than David Beckham has here in America. We're that good.
Well, as a soccer player, not as a... Sorry.
Apparently, it's not my show anymore. An Australian politician is admitted to having bone-stretching surgery to make him appear taller. The man had the same surgery 8 years ago, only that time it was on his penis. Let's see, it stretched it.
He goes by Armstrong.
Shut up, Jason. A woman...
You're really giving it to him there, Mason. You're really giving it to Jason there.
Yeah. Yeah, so is the guy who had his thing stretched out like that.
That's rough.
A woman in New York was arrested this week after stealing 500 pounds of gold from her workplace. Police said it was the most impressive bling they had ever seen. Now, see, that wasn't very good, was it, Rick?
No, it wasn't. And since I'm no longer a producer on the show, I have no say what gets in and what gets out.
Yeah. It's all my fault.
Yeah.
And finally, a Swedish court this week ruled against a man's attempt to form a church called the Madonna of Orgasm Church. Yeah. Apparently the statues weren't the only thing that were going to be erected.
They also served meatballs.
I've completely lost control. We'll be right back. I know Jim's not here, but we'll see something real special that Jim did a little while ago. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back. Final episode of the season of UT Nighttime, right before final exams. Rick, are you looking for? Do you have any finals? Do you have to take any?
I've already taken my one final, and now I just have to go to a couple meetings next week, and I walk for graduation in a week.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Well done.
Please, 3,000 other people are doing it too, so.
You're right. You're not special at all. Let's move on. As I mentioned earlier a couple of times, our usual announcer, Jimmy Momini, is out sick this week. I got a text from him at about maybe 3 o'clock this afternoon. Said he was really sick and he was going to go to the hospital. So we want to wish Jim all the best. I hope he gets well in time to come back and take his finals, I guess. And just gets well and make sure everything's okay there. I'm sure it's the swine flu. I'll bet that's what he's got, which is why I'm wearing this because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm going to catch it. That's bad.
Yep.
You know, the TV news people, they make it sound so terrible. Like everyone is going to come down to that. Everybody in the world going to kill everyone. Yep. You think it's going to happen?
No.
No, me neither. But since Jim's not here, so we can get our fix of Jimmy this week, we did a bit earlier this year where we sent Jim out to a local karaoke bar to check out the whole scene there, and it got a really great audience reaction. So we thought we would bring that back since he's not here. Here you go. Take a look at this. Jim doing karaoke from earlier this year.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Momini, part of UT Nighttime with Mason Lowry, and exam week coming up. Decided to take a quick little study break here. We're in Sylvania, Ohio. We're about to do some karaoke just down the way here, and it's going to be some fun. I've never done karaoke before, so we're going to see how this goes. So we have UT-TV alumni David Davis singing up here on stage, and it's quite interesting. Dave, first off, how have you been doing?
Well, I'll have to say first, I don't even know how I found this place. I just was kind of driving around Sylvania, and then bam, I see Ricky, you in the window, Hal, Lauricia, and it just...
You had to stop, right?
Then I heard karaoke, and then it's like a no-brainer, of course.
Of course. What's a good karaoke name for me to get up there? And I need a name. I need like a moniker, if you will.
Well,
any thoughts?
I mean, I would say Jimmy Jam, but that's already taken. Say Jammin' Jimmy, Jivin' Jimmy, depending on what decade you want to go with.
Right. I need a name to do this karaoke thing. I can't go up there without a good, solid, awesome-sounding karaoke name. What should it be?
What's your birth certificate name? What's the name on your birth certificate?
James Richard Momini. That's what we're rolling with. I kind of want to stay away from like Jimmy or something, too crazy.
You just took my first one.
I know.
All right. So if I say something right now, you have to beep it out, right?
We could take care of it, yeah.
So like, there'll be a beep when I say Ricky is a
Yeah, we could probably.
It'll say
probably
Ricky's
edit
a
out, right?
All right, that's cool. I want to watch this later. Let's think. Let's compare you to some kind of beast.
Okay.
A beast from the wilderness.
Right. We've got mythical beasts too. We've got like Bigfoot. We could go back to like
the double eagle.
Let's combine some things. Unicorn could be interesting if we combine it with like something fierce like Velociraptor. So like giraffe.
Yeah, they have those long necks.
I'm liking the unicorn thing because it's kind of gay, but it's kind of funny at the same time.
I mean, if I saw a unicorn, I wouldn't think gay. I'd be like, awesome.
Right. I need that name. I need that.
Let me think about it.
Okay.
Jimmy Platypus King.
Jimmy Platypus. I don't know.
No, because the platypus is like God's mistake, but it's poisonous, so you don't want to mess with it. So like everyone thinks it's like an underdog,
Yeah.
I'm not calling you a mistake.
No, I understand.
No.
All right, so I'm here with Lowry, and we're trying to figure out a few things. In terms of music choice, what do you think I should do? First time, I've never done karaoke before, so kind of nervous. What do you think I should do here?
And I think you should sing like a virgin.
Like a virgin? That would be a good break me into karaoke song in more ways than one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome and give it up for the dazzling vocal stylings of Jimmy the Platypus.
right, that was the most terrible experience of my life, actually. And hopefully that doesn't happen the next time I try to do a song here. I'm gonna go with something I know for the next one, I think, and see how this goes. The first one, I think, epic fail. I've arrived on a winner here. We're gonna do My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, classic 90s tune. I think we have a real winner here. I think this could make me even bigger than UTTV. I actually, this could make me leave UTTV.
Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I didn't mean to call you that. I can't remember all the things that you threw at me. Please tell me why. Because you were my God, and I'm sleeping with my clothes on.
I tried, I failed, it happens a lot, I'm used to it, so. After the way those first two songs went, I needed something epic to finish this night off.
Easy, Terry, watch it.
I waited in great anticipation for my song to come up.
Jammin' Jimmy!
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell you lie and hurt you.
Alright, give it up for Jammin' Jimmy! For a karaoke version, you did good tonight, didn't you guys?
Hey, UT Nighttime, I just rickrolled these mother.
Woo!
Well, that was my first time tonight. I was a little scared, a little nervous, and I cried a lot afterwards. But karaoke turns out to be kind of fun, all in all. It means, in Japanese, one who can't sing. Did I prove that tonight? Absolutely. Would I do it again? Absolutely not.
There you go. All right, get well soon, Jimmy. We will be back right after this with Terry Biel. Don't go away. As it were, that sounds an awful lot like the old Family Feud theme song. Very strange. It reminded me of that quite a bit. Anyway, our first and only guest tonight is a soon-to-be graduate from the, you're going to get a master's degree, yes?
Correct.
Master's degree in business. He will walk down the aisle. Did he walk down the aisle? I don't know. He's going to walk at graduation very, very soon. He's also running for Toledo City Council. Here's a lovely postcard right here. I don't know if we can get a shot of that. Apparently not. Would you please welcome Terry Biel. Terry.
How you
welcome,
doing?
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
I totally butchered your introduction, and for that I apologize.
You know, I appreciate you doing your best to set the bar low for me.
Yes.
I really do.
See, if I'm low and I do absolute crap, then you must look better by comparison.
Well, at the very least,
unless
I
you
can keep
become
up,
unless
know.
you become like some sort of vegetable in a vegetative state sitting there, you'll be much better than me. Please don't.
Well, good. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Sure. Thanks
we
for having
appreciate
me.
it. You got a city council campaign. We'll talk about that. But you are graduating soon from the business school.
That's correct.
You've been here how many years now?
A total of 6. My
6
undergraduate
years.
degree is from UT as well, and I went straight into graduate school right after that.
What was your original degree in?
Music. Actually.
Music and business don't seem to go together like at all.
Well, they could, but my intent's not to do anything music related when I'm done. When I retire, or maybe as a hobby, I'd like to continue to write music. Originally, I came to school wanting to write film scores and music for entertainment, that sort of thing. But
do you play a bunch of instruments?
I play a little bit of piano, but voice was actually my primary instrument.
Oh, so you're a nerd then?
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's actually the Italian word for voice, as it turns out.
Is nerd.
Yeah, who knew?
Nerdo, nerdy, I'm sure. Must be something more eloquent than just nerd.
Right, right, and then the feminine form, nerda, you know.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You're a very intelligent man. That's good.
Thank you, yeah.
That's very good.
4 years in music school to learn that.
What are your... You have a very funny laugh. What are some of your lasting impressions of the university? You're going to go out, you're going to do bigger and better things. What are you going to remember about UT?
I love this campus, honestly. I mean, I'm glad to see that the student annex is no more. I won't miss that at all. But
I don't think my ring finger here will miss it either.
Yeah, I heard you almost lost it.
I destroyed my ring finger in an accident shooting part of the show a while back, and so I don't think my ring finger's going to miss it. But yeah, that was a big, ugly building.
Yeah.
Big, ugly building.
And it was never hot or cold when it needed to be. It was precisely hot or cold when it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And so I'd say of the time that I've spent here, I've really come to appreciate that I've had a lot given to me by the community in terms of having a lot of good teachers, a lot of good family support, that sort of thing. Certainly didn't come from a rich family, but neither did a lot of the other students here.
Oh,
and yet folks are here hashing it out, you know, struggling and having some success, and that's really admirable. And so I'm glad I've been here and not at a school where maybe people would have been a little more insulated.
Right. I find that that's a really that is a really nice thing about the campus, is that there is a very diverse group of people from all kinds of backgrounds, and everybody is really struggling together. Everybody is struggling in vain to succeed most of the time.
But I mean, we're all trying to make it, and we have that in common.
Yeah. And everybody's got to come together for a common good. It's like socialism, which works on paper.
You said that, yeah.
I did. In theory, communism works. So you're going to remember the university did a lot of good things for you. What all were you involved in when you were here?
I was in student government when I was in undergrad, actually. I was the chair of the Student Senate for 2 years. The Memorial Fieldhouse renovations, actually, and the information commons. If you look on your student account, there's
I don't.
There's a line, if you looked. So hypothetically speaking.
If I did it.
Right.
You know,
Imagine that you're looking at your student account for the first time, perhaps.
Okay.
And there's a line on there that says facility fee. Basically, the university came to the Student Senate when I was maybe a junior, if I'm remembering correctly, and they said, we've got all these projects that we want to do, but we have no money to do them from the state. And we think that a lot of them could improve the quality of education, increase classroom space and technology and those sorts of things. Would you consider supporting any of these for a fee? A lot of them were landscaping projects, honestly, so we slashed a bunch of them. But what came out of that was we negotiated, here's the maximum amount the fee can be, here's how the fee should be structured, here's how the repayment should be structured, and we passed some legislation. I had the dubious honor of negotiating with vice presidents from finance and student life and
that must be
like
fun.
That. Yeah, it was
a grand time for all.
Very heated at times, very dry at other times, but nonetheless.
Mostly dry.
Mostly dry. Hot and dry, yeah. Arid, I would say.
Arid, I like it.
But it was a good experience, you know, and I think it's served me well. I got to go to the Board of Trustees meeting where, you know, they passed that, and I got I guess what you would describe as an honorable mention, you know. So nice work on putting this together.
A participation ribbon.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Now we had. Maybe a month ago, we had two student government president candidates on the show. We had the two Marks on the show.
Sure.
What all does student government actually do? Do they do a whole lot around here? You obviously, you know, we're very involved.
Sure. Well, I mean, their primary job is and should be advocacy. The number one thing they should be doing is being in contact with students, with their constituents, and making sure that the issues that are important to them are being talked about. You know, they don't have a lot of direct power, so it's not like that they can pass legislation and fire anybody or hire anybody. Or
Which is a darn shame.
Well, at times it's a shame, and at other times, thank God. Because that power would probably be too tempting not to use. But just the same as most politicians. I mean, politicians have to work with other politicians to pass laws, for example.
Right.
But at the same time, the number one thing you should be out there doing is talking to the community. You know, being informed about what's going on, connecting the right people, and making sure that you know, we have some shared sense of where we want to go.
Right. We'll be right back. We're going to hear some more from Terry Biel. We're going to talk about his city council campaign right after this, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Last episode of the season of UT Nighttime. We're back here with Terry Biel, running for Toledo City Council. We've got a lovely postcard right here. Now, what all are you trying to accomplish as a prospective city councilman?
Sure. There's two things that we need to focus on. It's back to basics. We need to bring jobs to the community, and we have to balance the city's budget. We're talking about laying off, you know, more than 100 public safety personnel between police and firefighters. We've got a budget deficit that grows by $500,000 every week, and those are issues that have to be attended to. You know, they need to clean up the mess now, but they also need to be a little more enlightened about what they're doing in the future so we don't get here. The budget deficit didn't balloon to 20 million overnight. You know, there's been inaction and a failure of leadership, and that's how we've gotten to these sort of dire circumstances. So I want to be a little more proactive about those sorts of things.
Have you met our mayor?
I have,
in
yeah.
the city. What's he like? Because he seems like a blithering idiot. Is he like that?
Well, he's not a blithering idiot.
And I do hope that he sees this. Can't touch me.
Are you a Toledo voter?
No, no, I'm not.
Well, he's not interested in what you say anyway.
Well, that's true. So. That is true. Can't touch me. The law's the law.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's a blithering idiot. I mean, I think he means well, but that's not always enough. And I think that he...
Sure, put the deaf people at the airport. Great decision. Shouldn't there have somebody there to say, hang on now, this might offend?
Well,
Shouldn't there be someone to say that?
One of the problems is that when we switch to this, it's technically an executive mayor form of government. It's called a strong mayor form of government. Mm-hmm. We didn't have any strong council members to stand up to that. You know, it's not about just one person saying, no, Mr. Mayor, you can't do this without my singular permission. But they don't work cohesively as a unit. So he can stomp around doing whatever he wants. And anybody who was given that privilege would make mistakes.
Yeah, I would agree. Like myself, for example, running this show.
Yeah.
Nothing but one
This is a
big old
case
mistake.
study.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
here.
When did you decide you wanted to run for city council? What kind of decision was that to you? Was it a hard
Sure.
decision to make? Was it something that was just kind of natural?
I always knew that I wanted to do something for the community. I've been involved in some other political stuff, either on campus or in Toledo. And so sometime about January, people were saying, okay, well, we're trying to figure out who among our friends that we know might be running for city council, because it seems like there might be a seat that could be up for grabs in a competitive race. And so we were talking about it, and I said, well, you know, of all these people, I think that I'm probably as qualified and as capable as they are, and I certainly care as much as they do, probably more.
Absolutely.
So
are you a native Toledoan?
I am. I grew up around the
Fantastic.
corner from Highland Park.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Awesome. When is there are primary elections. When are those?
the primary election is September 15th. You can vote for up to 6, but if you want to, you could just only vote for me. And
Or you could vote for you 6 times. Can they do that?
No, unfortunately not. Yeah.
Damn laws and all that, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right, you can learn more about his campaign at terrybiel.com. Terry Biel, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to be right back. We're going to wrap up this show and this season right after this. Thank you. Welcome back. I just wanted to say some things really quickly. It's the end of the season. Thank you to the people that have watched this show, that have let me come into your living rooms every Friday. That's really frightening. I understand, and I apologize, but there have been people that have watched this show. A lot of people have really enjoyed the show, so thank you very much to them. That's fun for them. I want to take a minute to thank this year's seniors from UTTV. There are 4 of them. One of them is here. Rick, why don't you come on up here? Come on up, Rick. Rick Passmore is here. Rick here for the first 9 weeks of the show was our director. He was a head writer, he was a producer, and he was really the first person other than myself and Jim to really get behind this little project that we came up with last fall. Rick, I want to thank you so much for everything you did for the show. You helped shape this show, and you really did a hell of a lot to make this what it is. So thank you, buddy, so much. I'll give you a big hug here. You may sit down. No, actually, you can stay up here. You can represent the other 3 seniors. Quaylen Harris, our organization president, the UTTV president, he did a great job this year. He has his hand in more things than Michael Jackson, but he did a great...
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's really going to like that, Mason.
I'm sure he will. He did a fine job. Chris Wenzicki and Jamie Genter as well. They did a fine job. They were here. They worked on the crew. They're all wonderful people. Everybody please applaud them and wish them luck. And also, real quick, the crew, I'm just the figurehead of a big old ship here at UT Nighttime, and we have a wonderful crew that's done most everything that's been asked of them. They've been a dream to work with. I've done a lot of theater. I know what bad crews are like. This isn't one of them. Make sure you watch the credits tonight and take a look at the people who are really responsible for making this show work. Applaud for them real quick if you would. 3, 2, 1. And lastly, this has been a blast for me. I hope to come back here next year, do the whole thing all over again. It's my labor of love. I love the show, and I love making people laugh, and hopefully I've done that. I hope you see me back here next year. Next year we're going to have a great time. It's going to be better than it was this year. So I hope you will stay tuned until fall. Until then, bye-bye.
I love you!